Hi Johnson, so I've got your report. I've just scan read it because it's pretty much it's ready to go really, but I've got some little things I want you to change. So just the first thing is word count. You put there, don't put it on the front cover. In fact, just you can put the word count if you want. Just trying to think where, probably on at the bottom of the page after the acknowledgements or something like that, but don't put it on the title cover page. If we go down, contents, that's good. I had a question, this one here, but you may not have time. It's such a simple diagram and it's kind of blurry. It wouldn't take you very long in Word just to do a load of circles similar size and then group them all up with some lines, and it would look just so much better. Don't do the reflections to make spheres or something, although I think you can do it in Word, but it wouldn't take you very long to do. Going through here, that's good. This was a bit faded. I don't know if you'll get a better copy than that. This was good actually for me to look up again. Then down here you've got a big gap before you've got games and a big gap, and I know I said try and keep them separate, but I actually think it would probably look better if you move the aims up to here, leaving a bit of space, and then you could start anew on the materials and methods. So everything is okay, that was good. So we go on to the results. Oh yes, actually, going back a bit, on the abstract, you say, however, the substitution of carbon into lead apatite had a profound effect on the respective thermal stabilities. You need to change that a little bit. Say what effect it did have. So be specific. Now I think you were at the end. If you looked at your conclusion, right at the end, you said you were more specific here. Thermally stable at a temperature of up to 1000 on the TGA and 600 on DSC. So you could just use this sentence or use that paragraph or something, but be more specific in your abstract. So going back to the results, you've got that's fig 4, fig 5, fig 6. So there's something about the figures. Fig 7. So here you've got fig 7. I would then not do 7.1. So quickly go through each successive figure, make it a bigger number. So this is 7, this is 8, this is figure 9, then you go to figure 10 and figure 11 and so forth. Don't do 10.1 or something like that. Just make them go up in number ones. Going down. Oh yeah, here you've got FTIR spectra. So I know, but the other readers might not know. So you said on this one here it's a wavelength of 500 to 2000, whereas here you don't give that. So I think you should say from 0 to 4000 here, and then so people know straight away that what's the difference between these two graphs. It's just that you've expanded them. This is an expanded view. And you could even say FTIR spectra of extra hydroxyl pyramorphite sampled, expanded view between, so that people directly know it's expanded view. Going down, DSC, yep, I'm glad you put the red and the black curves together. I'll have to read later when I mark it more closely this little bit here, but again at this stage I'm scanning really. And then you've got your conclusion. So just have a little think about your aims. So let's go back to the aims. Aims was on page 11. Aims. So just check that your conclusions tally to your aims. So I'm not going to do so now, but before you submit, just make sure that that's the case. So that any aims that you set out to do, see if you've got a conclusion that matches the aims. Alright, and if you haven't got a conclusion that matches the aim, that's okay. You can then say why you couldn't produce a conclusion, but try and get them to match. And in fact, yeah, identification. If possible, the one little change on the aims is I would try and bullet point the aims actually, so rather than having the text, because then it's easier to then to see what the aims actually were. So I think, based on all that, I think do those things, do them today, and upload it tonight. Yeah? Do you think you should do it tonight? All right, brilliant. Well done.